Okay, so this is basically a quick how-to video, how to take out, I think it's a 2002 to, or maybe 2003 to 2005 Honda Civic radio. Basically, all the tools that you're going to need is, some type of prying tool. You're going to also need a screwdriver, maybe a small flat blade, or a box cutter. But some of these are optional. This is not optional. This is not optional unless you have something to replace it. You'll also need an 8mm socket and a ratchet as well. You might need a smaller screwdriver. Sometimes they get in small places. You might need an extension. That's optional. Not optional. Not optional. Not optional. You might also want one of these brackets to put it back in place. They also have ones if it's only a one radio. This is a double dim, so it needs to be wider. You could add in a backup cam, but the backup camera is optional. I have that in my unit, but this is more of a explanation because I already took the car apart, so I just want to kind of go through a couple things. First thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pop this up, and it's just held in place by 4 clips. There's a small, you can see it here, there's a small indentation on the front right here. It's very small, so you could barely see it, very slightly, right? So I think that's where you start prying up, or you can do from any side that that works basically for you. And once you pop that up, then you're gonna have this right here, right? And basically the same thing. You pry on either side, whichever works for you. You would use your little prying tool and just pop, pop. Then you pop that up, right? It's also only held in by some clips. You see where the clips are when you're doing your car. Once you get there, there's going to be 2 screws right here. 1, 2. I already took out the screws, so I don't have to deal with that. I already did that part. There's 2 screws down here, but that's if you have to take all this stuff apart. And you don't need to, right? So I'm just basically showing you what you need to take apart to be able to take this out. So once you do that, then you'll be able to move this from the side, and it's also held in by clips right here on both sides, right? So you got 2 screws and 2 clips here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then you're going to basically just pry back. You're also going to need your pry tool again to kind of pry the sides. Pop, 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 pop. And you're going to pop this out. Alright. Then you're going to have your socket for your cigarette lighter. You're going to just plug this out right here from the back. You just pull back. That's how you plug that out. Then you move this over to the side. Once you do that, now you're going to have 2 bolts, one over here and one over here, that basically hold the radio in. And that's where the 8mm socket comes in. So you just go under here, and once you do that, you should be able to pop the unit out, but you still have to pop it on the sides to get the unit out. So here comes your prying tool again. You pop, 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 and the unit pops out. It's not going to be this simple when you try it, and it's going to feel like you're almost breaking it. Just in case you want to know, I do have these in, and when you take off the radio, you'll need to take these off to get the radio out. But anyhow, moving along. So you pop this out. Whoa, whoa. Looks like it got a little trigger finger there. Okay. So that was a struggle. Alright, got the unit out. And you can see where it's just held in by clips here. Alright, just so you can see where the clips are. So you know where to pry with your pry tool. Alright. And now I'm going to teach you a little bit about the wiring. There's going to be two on the left from the wire harness that you have to pop out, one on the top and another one on the top. I'll show you what it looks like on the back. So you can see on the back here, that's where it would go in, right? So this one here would be this one. Then you have two more on the sides. That's these two. Then you have one more. And it's basically down. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right down there. That's where that one goes. And you pop all that out. And you'd want to buy one of these right here. Alright, I already did all the wiring. This right here is for my backup camera, so that's a little bit extra. I already did a video about how to hook up a backup camera, so you can check that video out. And then this will go to your head unit. This is the Pioneer in-dash that I'm going to put in here, and then you basically connect everything else and you're good to go. But one thing I will show you is I also have an extension antenna, and that sometimes helps when you're installing your radio. So once you have all this, you have your your aftermarket wiring. You do all your wiring, you connect everything that needs to be connected. Basically put your unit back in. You connect all the stuff that you took out, and put your unit back in. Alright. See if I can just get it to rest down here. There goes that trigger finger again. Okay, you put your unit back in, you put everything back where you got it from. The wipers are still on. You put that back in, don't forget the cigarette. This is for the backup camera again, so don't worry about that. Plug in the cigarette lighter or it won't work. Okay, these have to go off. Alright. Yeah. Put everything back in place. Yeah. Put this back on. Put this back on. And you're basically good to go. And that's basically how you take off your Honda Civic, 2003, 2004, 2005 radio and replace it. That's pretty much it. Again, the tools that you're probably going to need are these. The screwdriver for the two screws right here. You're going to need your ratchet for the two screws that are going to be under here. 1, 2. You might want a smaller screwdriver in case that helps you. Might want an extension in case that helps you. You have to buy the correct mounting bracket. See, this is the mounting bracket right here at the side to mount your in-dash. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Comment if you have any questions. I'll be free to answer them. Thank you.